To other news, new tonight, the jury got an earful today about bondage and alternate sex in a murder trial of a Forest Park man.
Joshua Ward is accused of killing a young Boone County mother and her 9-year-old son. Local 12's James Pilcher was in the courtroom today and tells us what the prosecutor's key witness said on the stand.
I think you said your testimony was...
Boone County Commonwealth Attorney Lewis Kelly first introduced Tanya Palmer of Hamersville. She briefly dated Ward and acknowledged being part of the alternative sexual lifestyle scene with him. She says Ward ranted about Kramer following a breakup and later frequented her property to practice shooting handguns. And it was Ward who called her to tell her about Kramer's death. Her reaction to the news?
For me, my first comment was, I can't believe you did it, in my own mind. And the reason being was that all the things that he had said to me months before just came rushing over me like, why didn't I see it?
Palmer said she called Crime Stoppers soon after the murders to provide tips on Ward. She later even wore an undercover camera during a lunch meeting with him. The jury was shown that video. We couldn't get footage of that. But Ward is clearly heard asking Palmer not to talk about his target shooting nor the apps he used to communicate on phones confidentially. In the afternoon, the prosecution called ballistics experts. They said shell casings found at Palmer's house matched those of the gun used in the murders. They matched them through a national ATF database known as NIBIN, as well as a microscopic exam by the ATF's Jennifer Owens. The actual murder weapon has not been recovered in this case.
And based on that comparison of those microscopic individual features, I was able to identify all of these cartridge cases having been fired in the same firearm.
And the defense here trying to show Palmer as not being too credible, as she was in almost constant communication with police, but she said it was because she was scared for her life. The prosecution is not asking for the death penalty in this case, so Ward faces a sentence of 20 years to life in prison. Of course, that is if convicted.